Hello and welcome to Valens Semiconductor Company Webcast. My name is Ben Shamsian, Vice President at Lytham Partners, and today Guy Nathanson at Valens will be taking us through their slide presentation. Valens trades under ticker VLN. With that, let's get started. Guy, welcome, and the floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Guy Nathanson, and I'm the CFO of Valens Semiconductor, and it is a pleasure to be here today. Valens is the high-performance connectivity company. We are a fabless semiconductor company, and we know how to deliver video in a high-quality, low latency over a long reach of cables. We have the highest bandwidth, the longest reach, and the lowest error rate. We've been established about 20 years ago. We are publicly traded in the New York Stock Exchange since 2021. We are 260 employees. We sold to date more than 40 million chipsets. Revenue of the last quarter, Q2 of 2025, were $17.1 million. We are part of two global industry standards. We have 125 patents, accumulated R&D expenses, $500 million, hundreds of customers, and we address a $5 billion market opportunity. What are the pain points of wide connectivity? There are too many cables, distance limitation, video resolution that require a higher capacity, rough environment like electromagnetic interference, high cost of infrastructure, and installation complexity. We act in two main segments. The first one is the cross-industry business that includes two main verticals. The first one is the professional audio video, mainly around video conferencing and education. We work with companies like Crestron and Extron that develop video conferencing systems, companies like Epson, Panasonic, NEC that provide projectors, companies like Logitech that provides video bars and cameras. We work also in digital signage and in entertainment with companies like Sony on video walls, like companies like Samsung and LG Electronics on touchscreens for a McDonald's of the world as display. In addition, we work in another vertical, which is the industrial and machine vision. Companies like B&R and Siemens, when we connect industrial PCs to screens that are located remotely, and also in the medical sector, companies like Medtronic or like Siemens Sennheiser, connecting MRIs to screens that are located remotely in the other room. Another segment is automotive. We currently work only with Mercedes, but we already announced on design wins with Mobileye as well. Our core competency is around the DSP. This is the heart of our technology. Invested to date, $500 million accumulated R&D expenses, 125 patents. We have one of the best semiconductor design teams in the world. Our advantage is our ability to handle electromagnetic interference. We do it with unique algorithm that by definition assumes that in every channel there is a noise, and we know how to eliminate this noise with advanced algorithms. The first market is under the professional audio video, and the main market is video conferencing that represents for the company opportunity of $350 million by the year 2029. What we've recently seen in this market is growth due to the hybrid education and hybrid work. We see trends, companies like Microsoft Teams or Zoom that invest in certification programs for hardware devices, for video conferencing, because it is very important for them, the quality of the video conferencing in the room, not just outside of the room. In addition, we've seen AI-based applications, for example, cameras spread around the room that knows how to concentrate on the one that is now talking. We are part of this opportunity, partnering in the companies called iCatch, and this is one example out of many for this trend. In 2024, we've released to the market a new chip, the VS6320, with USB Type-C connectivity. This is becoming like a universal standard and will allow us to penetrate into smaller video conferencing rooms. If until today we used to concentrate on the high end of the market, with this chip, we can go also to the smaller and to the mid-size. For example, in my own office, I can connect my laptop with one cable, USB Type-C, to a docking station, and from the docking station with HDMI cable through the wall to the screen in the other side of the room. And this kind of room is room that until today, we did not have a real solution. So this could be a significant growth driver for the company starting from 26 and beyond. We are part of a standard called HD-based-T, partnering with companies like HD and Sony and Samsung. And if you want to be HD-based-T compliant, you need to work with Valens. The other market is the automotive, which represent for the company a $4.5 billion market opportunity by the year 2029. Our main focus is around ADAS, autonomous driving system. And here is the use case. Imagine a child crossing the street. The camera in the front of the car will capture a video picture of the child, will deliver the video picture over cables to a centralized computing system in the car that knows how to analyze the video picture and in few milliseconds stop the car automatically. This is exactly where we have relative advantage. We know how to deliver high quality video over a long reach of cables, and we know how to do it in a low latency. And what is mostly important, we know how to handle electromagnetic interference in the car very well, and there are a lot of them due to the solar towers in the side of the road, due to the electricity in the car, due to the engine in the car, and so on. And this is a key advantage where we can play. Mobileye, which is considered to be a leading company in this industry, after a long evaluation process, has chosen a Valens for specific 3 design wins with leading OEM from Europe. We cannot disclose the name at this stage, but I can tell that we have a strategic partner with Mobileye, and we are very excited about it. This is an evidence to our advanced technology, because Mobileye is considered to be a leader in this world, a technology leader in this world. And we expect Mobileye to take us to other opportunities with other OEMs in the future. The expectation is that these specific design wins will start ramping up from late 26 and beyond, with full ramp up 28, 29. We currently have more evaluation process in ADAS systems with different OEMs. We believe that we expect to be a very significant player in this market. And once there would be a full deployment of ADAS in the world beyond the year 2030, we might have even hundreds of millions of dollars revenue from this vertical. The other opportunity that we're currently addressing in the market, in the automotive, which is currently 100% of the revenue in the market, is from Mercedes. We have been able to secure a design win with Mercedes with respect to infotainment opportunity. It was a very specific opportunity that we were able to address in 2019. The system was commercialized in 2021. And in 2024, this opportunity generated for the company $20 million for the year. Mercedes is with us. We expect this opportunity will continue to generate revenue for the next few years. In automotive, it is very hard to get in, but the cycle, once you're in, is very long. So we expect few more years of revenue generating from this opportunity with Mercedes. Another opportunity that we have in automotive is driven by a company called Stoneridge. It's related to long vehicle with respect to a specific application of video camera that knows how to capture the video from the back of the truck and deliver it over the electricity cables in the truck to the front. And this, with another application of surround view, could represent interesting opportunity for the company in long vehicle, which is expected to be commercialized from the year 2026 and beyond. In the ADAS, we are part of a standard called MIPI A-PHY. partnering with other companies, for example, like MediaTek, Qualcomm, and others. The main competition is coming from giants like Texas Instruments and Analog Device. It's a very challenging competition because it is very hard to convince OEM to replace these products with ours. When we were able to achieve this, it was with knockout, with significant advantage. For example, our ability to handle electromagnetic interference, our ability to achieve high resolution, to support in high resolution cameras. This kind of advantages is where we can win these companies. There is a whole ecosystem around MIPI A-PHY with different companies providing different type of products, either in the system or in the module or in the silicon side. The third vertical that we've started to address mainly in late 24 is the machine vision or the industrial machine vision. This vertical represents for the company almost $500 million market opportunity by the year 2029. In the industrial, we already have few design wins that are already in mass production when we connect industrial PC to a screen that is located remotely. Companies like Beckhoff, B&R, Siemens, and others. The new vertical is the machine vision. And I would like to explain and illustrate our opportunity with the following example. Imagining a manufacturing machine of small parts. In the end of the line, there are two cameras for visual inspection purposes. They need to capture video picture of the parts over the line and deliver the video picture in high quality, low latency over a long reach of cables because you cannot use wireless in industrial environment to a PC that is located remotely in the other side of the industrial hall. And then there is a AI-based applications that knows how to analyze this video picture and instruct the machine which parts should be eliminated for quality purposes. This whole process should take only a few milliseconds and should be very accurate. We know how to provide the infrastructure for these AI-based applications, and we know, on top of the other things, how to handle electromagnetic interference that are very common in industrial environment. So we started our first activities in this market late 24 with existing products that we have. For example, the chip that was developed for automotive is very much relevant here because it has small form factor, low power consumption, and the interface which called CSI2, which is very much relevant for the industrial world. We've already been able to announce on a few design wins, modules, cameras, and other related products, and we expect initial revenues from late 26 and 27 and beyond. Another vertical that it's still for the long term, but becomes more relevant recently, is around the medical space. In the medical, we already have few applications, connecting MRIs, for example, to screens that are located remotely in the other side of the room, with companies like Siemens Sennheiser and companies like Medtronic, but these are relatively small in terms of revenue. The new and interesting potential opportunity that represent more than $600 million opportunity a year in the long term is related to single-use endoscopy. Recently, we've seen trend coming from the FDA asking from the medtech companies to go into and replace from multi-use to single-use in order to eliminate the risk for infection. And if they will adopt this solution, that means a significant increase of the volume in this market. Today, there are 250 procedures of endoscopy every year in the world. And we have a product, which is the same chip for the automotive, which has a very good product market fit for this market. Small form factor, long power consumption, ability to handle electromagnetic interference, that are a lot of them in the surgery room, and ability to provide high quality video in low latency to the doctor. We've recently had initiated discussions with different type of customers in this industry and received a very good feedback, which is a good indication from our perspective that this could be interesting opportunity for the future. We would not expect revenue before the year 2028 and beyond, but still it could be a potential upside for the company in the future. So we have the same core technology that can serve different verticals, and most of the products of the chips are already out there in mass production. Some of them can serve different markets, different verticals under the same core technology. Getting to the financials. In the year 2020, 2019 and 2020, the company generated revenue mainly from the professional audio video market. It was around $60 million a year. In 2021, the professional audio video continued to generate around $60 million a year, but it was the first year of commercialization of the automotive of the Mercedes design win, and the revenue grew to $71 million. In the year 2022, we had significant upside to $91 million when the professional audio video increased to $74.5 million. It was related to the post-COVID effect of the supply chain issues, and our customers were afraid to be left without inventory. So basically, they ordered more than they needed. 2023, the revenue from the professional audio video got back to the normal level of around $60 million. Automotive grew to $27 million. The overall revenue of the company decreased from $91 million in 2022 to $84 million in the year 2023. 2024 was a rebound year for 2022. The professional audio video market declined significantly to $36 million revenue because of two reasons. First of all, in the beginning of the year, our customers had a high level of inventory because of the stock in 2022, and the interest rate was very high, so they basically did not want to order new inventory and wanted to consume the existing inventory. In addition, their customers, the video conferencing providers, also suffered from declining revenue, about 30% in 2024, because many companies invested a lot of money in building new video conferencing rooms after the COVID, and 24 was kind of relief year for them. So the revenue in 24 declined to $58 million. In 2025, we see a nice increase. Revenue in the first quarter was 16.8, and the second 17.1, above the guidance. And the guidance for the year are anywhere between $66 to $71 million. If we take the midpoint of this guidance versus the revenue of 2024, we expect increase of about 18% year over year. Gross margin in Q2 was 63.5%. The CIB is around the 70% gross margin, and the automotive is above the 50% gross margin due to some optimization in the cost structure of the chips that are being sold to Mercedes, and we had EBITDA loss of $4 million. For the third quarter, we see some decrease in the revenue, 15.1 to 15.6, due to the effect of the tariff, and gross margin is expected to be anywhere between 58 to 60%, and EBITDA loss anywhere between 6.8 to 7.4. Q4 should be increased again, and for the year, we expect anywhere between $66 to $71 million of revenue for the year. Balance sheet. So we have a cash balance of around $102 million end of the quarter. We started the year with $131 million, and we had buyback program that we started late 2024. During 2025, we consumed $20 million out of the overall of $25 million of the two buyback programs, which means on July, we ended the second buyback program. Inventory level were $11.5 million end of the quarter. So, and this is about the balance sheet. On November of 2024, we presented a strategic plan for the company and set the goal for the year 2029. We said that our goal that by the year 2029, the company will be able to generate revenue of anywhere between $200 to $300 million, and above the 50% gross margin and above the 15% EBITDA margin for the company. The company can be EBITDA positive at annual run rate of revenue of around $120 million. We did not say when we expect this to happen. In the short term, we expect growth of coming from the professional audio video market with the recovery, and on top of it, increase our footprint into the smaller size video conferencing rooms. Our goal for 2029 from this vertical is $90 to $100 million revenue, with gross margin of anywhere between 65 to 75%. In the midterm, industrial machine vision should start generate revenue from 2026 and beyond. We expect revenue from this vertical to be anywhere between $35 to $50 million by the year 2029, with gross margin target of anywhere between 55 to 65%. We expect automotive to start ramping up early initial revenue from 2027 with ADAS, beyond the Mercedes revenue, and ramp up in 2028, 2029, and beyond. Our goal for 2029 from the automotive is anywhere between $65 to $110 million of revenue, with target gross margin of anywhere between 35 to 45%. We expect additional ramp-up in the revenue and potential upside beyond the year 2029, when there is a full deployment of ADAS in the world and the adoption of our solutions into the medical and the single-use endoscopy. So our goals for this year, the revenue guidance, $66 to $71 million. Professional audio video would like to see recovery and adoption of the 6320 solution. Industrial machine vision, more design wins, and the same for automotive. To summarize, Valens represents opportunity for 30 to 40% average annual growth revenue year over year, diversified customer base, design win cycle that creates predictability of the revenue and stickiness of our customers, long-term profitable business model, and strong cash balance. Thank you.
Okay, Guy, thank you for your time today, and we appreciate you presenting to us. And thank you, everyone, for watching. If you have any questions and would like to schedule a meeting with Valens, please send me an email at shamsian@lythampartners.com. That's SHAMSIAN@lythampartners.com. We have additional presentations and fireside chats coming up next, so please stay tuned for the rest. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.